box to blot my sticky hands. I squinted at a spot near the hospital's entrance. I strained to see what lay at the edge of my low beams. A sliver of moon softened the night, the headlights of my minivan slicing through the branches to the trail beyond. It's probably a jogger. In the rain. In the dark without reflective gear, the primitive part of my brain scoffed. Raindrops pinged off my windshield. I switched on my brights and could see better now. I identified a second shape next to the first. Just off the road, they were about the size of the topper on a wedding cake. I put the van in gear and pulled off the shoulder, driving slowly, trying to understand what I was seeing. With Halloween the next night, at first I thought it might be a couple of teenagers. What better place to stage a prank than a hospital that sat abandoned on a semi-wooded hillside? But as I drew close, my focus sharpened. A man and a woman stood in the spotlight of my high beams. They were arguing. No, fighting. Sam and I argued. But this was not that. This was balled fists, shoving, rage. And because of that, the dark-haired woman in the yoga pants didn't stand a chance. The woman curled in on herself, dropping her chin and tucking behind her crossed arms, making herself smaller, even as the man, bald and more than a foot taller, did the opposite. I stopped the car but left the engine running. My fingers were clumsy on the keypad as I dialed 911. The woman glanced in my direction, but the man in the jeans and white t-shirt never turned my way. Less than 20 feet away, and he didn't so much as twitch. "What's your emergency?" the dispatcher asked. I startled at the voice, unable to answer. I trembled, double-checking that the doors were locked. I gave my location and then described the couple. "They're fighting," I said. "Is he armed?" "I don't think so." "What's he doing now?" Before I could answer, the man picked up the woman and tossed her down the embankment toward the creek below. He showed no more strain than a Siamese tossing a lizard, and for a moment the woman was pinned to the sky by my headlights. Then she fell, disappearing beyond the tangled brush at the trail's edge. A sudden weight pressed against my chest. The dispatcher's voice, so loud a moment before, grew distant, warped. My lungs seized, and my vision darkened at the corners. An urge to hide overwhelmed me. I wanted to crawl into the gathering void and disappear. It felt like a memory, though it couldn't have been. I had no memory like this. Suddenly, I felt as vulnerable in my locked car as the woman on that trail. Was I having a stroke? Panic attack? My mouth was dry, my tongue a useless lump. I wasn't certain the dispatcher understood me. What the hell is happening? The man pulled something from his pocket. A cell phone? Something else? Then he was gone, maybe over the trail's edge. Seeing him disappear was enough to snap me free of whatever had rendered me speechless. "He has something," I said. "What's he doing?" The dispatcher's voice remained neutral, but I was freaking the hell out. "I don't know. They're not there." "They've left the scene?" "No, I just can't see them." My hand dropped to the door handle, though I had no intention of leaving the van. As if sensing the gesture, the dispatcher instructed, "Stay in the vehicle." I formed a fist around the handle. Before the dispatcher could ask any additional questions, I slipped my phone in my pocket and opened the door. I'm not entirely sure why I got out of the van. It might have been because of that other girl. When I was finishing up my undergrad degree, there was this brunette in my microbiology class. I'm ashamed to admit I didn't remember her name. I remembered his name, though. Dirk. I remembered because it was one letter away from being entirely fitting. A certain kind of guy loved Dirk, and, if I'm being honest, a certain kind of girl, too. The kind who thought jealous rages and the bruises they left.